Hey everybody. Today we'll be talking about how to customize a template, mental health clinic template. All right. So here is we're gonna be using Together Mental Health Clinic in Los Angeles as our example. Here, as you can see, we're just gonna go as really fast through the main pathway and through the self-testing pathway and all of the additional AI features that are included. Every part has its comment on top. So welcome message. All right. So let's start. Let's see. Hello. So welcome message has information about the business and it has information about the business and also disclaimer because it's healthcare that if it's an emergency, call 911. Here you have a choice to make an appointment. So you'll basically going down that pathway. Do a self-test. You'll go down the blue pathway, or preceptorship internship. That's you gonna down the red pathway. And Ask AI Albert. Well, we're just gonna change it to a purple pathway. All right. So Ask AI website. So this using the AI capabilities of Botpress, and it's actually fairly simple. It's requesting, it's checking whether it's actually it embedded the pages that you want, and based on the embeddings, provide you with contextual answer to your question. Okay, so this is fairly easy. All right, so let's say I want to make an appointment. We're first going to go over the appointment setting part where you say like psych evaluation therapy. And here, let's get your personal information. All right, so we are, I see you interested is here. As you see over here, we collect your person's information. We'll say ASIMP, right? Phone number 555 555 5, right? And date of birth, January to 1995. Email, model at simp.com. So as you see, that's fairly simple, right? Here, do you have insurance? We'll go with yes. Then they'll ask you what an insurance number. So all this information is going to be going to make, okay? And then will be a part of the lead information they'll send to the clinic, and the thank you email that'll be sent to the user that's filling out this form. What's your member ID? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, as you see, if you're following the yellow comments, it's actually fairly easily to understand. Here, when it's getting a little bit more interesting, okay? So when you ask for appointment time, here we're asking for appointment time. What happens is that your answer will be saved in the workflow.appointment date, and this answer will be saved in UTC time. So I'm in Los Angeles right now, and the UTC conversion time zone actually changes. So when you're saying like UTC time, for instance, 2 p.m. LA time right now is 10 p.m. UTC time. But when basically the person who is in Los Angeles will be saying like, yo, I want to have an appointment at 2 o'clock on November 8 or 9, what happens is that the Botpress system will be saving it as UTC. So we have to correct that to make sure that we are using the proper zone time, right? For instance, if it's 7 a.m., if a person wants to save at 7 a.m., in reality it's actually is going to be 15:00 UTC time. Okay, so 7 a.m. PST is 3 p.m. UTC. All right, so we basically converting the person's UTC, the person's. We basically, when the person says like, I want to have an appointment on November 8th at 2 p.m., we have to convert it to UTC time. all right, to correct UTC time. So once it's corrected, okay, what happens here, here basically you will delete these parts, but this is just for your own test. It's gonna say like, this is how we initially captured the time, and this is when we corrected it for LA time zone. Okay, so depending on your locality, you'll have to change this to LA time zone, New York time zone, or whatever. Also, fixed date 10 here is basically what I do is when I'm checking with the calendar, if we have calendar openings via Google Calendar API, I just add 10 days. So for instance, I say I want to have appointment on November 8th. I add another 10 days to it. So it's November 10th to November 18th. So this way, if it's not not available time, I could actually provide, the AI could provide alternative days, right? So it works more like a real front desk will do, right? Instead of just saying like, oh, it's not available, you'll say, no, it's not available, but also we have these dates, okay? So for instance, if everything is okay, we come here, sounds good, let's see if there is availability, right? Here, we are gonna invoke Google API, and Google API, basically, you will first, you wanna make sure that you have a workspace, like a business account with Google. Google APIs don't work for personal accounts, okay? So the way it's gonna work, you're basically gonna go to Google Cloud, you will activate your Google Calendar API. Once you activate your Google Calendar API, you're gonna you create API key. You'll create your API key credentials, and then you will write that API key in here, right? So you basically, this is going to be the same for everybody, but then this part is going to be your actual API key. So it'll change, right? So you will basically, once you create your own API key credentials, you'll write here, and as an email, as an ID, you will put the ID of the calendar under which it is all those appointments are scheduled. Okay, so what you'll get in return is busy dates, and using these busy dates, we'll be able to figure out. So basically, you are a booking agent. Client wants to check if possible to book workflow fixed date, and your unavailable times. Okay, it understood this. Okay, and your unavailable times as follows: if available, booking, then true; otherwise, false. So if it's true, we go over here, and the thing is, the idea here is that it's gonna actually answer to you in UTC, but the regular person is not going to understand what UTC means, UTC times, right? So you have to now convert back from UTC to PST time, all right? For me, for Los Angeles, again, EST for New York or the East Coast. Once everything is done here, you'll get good news appointment, but let's see, okay? We would like to schedule an appointment. You say, great. When would you like to schedule an appointment? You say, let's say November 8 at 2 p.m., right? And here, basically, I'm just showing all these things so you understand how this AI worked, okay? How this system worked. So as you see, it basically got free busy. It looked at what's available. Good news, your appointment is available. And again, you see it's not giving you UTC times, because otherwise it'll be 11, 8, 10 p.m. UTC time, 2200. It's giving you 2 p.m. because it converted back to Los Angeles time. And you should, thank you for choosing Together Mental Health, okay? If it wasn't no, it would have gone here, and it would give you basically multiple choice. Like, is that good? It'll give you alternative dates. So this is basically part where it's handling alternative dates. Then request appointment. It sends information to make, and here in make, we basically waiting. You want to make sure that this make part, that you will copy this address to clipboard when you create a make, and you will have to replace this code, okay? So as you see, I'm submitting all this information, and this what you need to change. the address to which you're going to be sending, the hook address of your make. Okay, so that is done. All right, so what else is interesting about this? Here you have AI capabilities help us with Botpress AI capabilities help us with figuring out the busy times, not busy times. That's helpful. Also, it does help with basically the scheduling and coming up with alternative days. Also, AI capabilities help us over here when we don't have actual question. We basically just need help with Ask AI Albert, okay? So the way Ask AI Albert works is actually pretty fascinating on how simple it actually is to implement. I was surprised too how well it works. I think the Botpress went a really long way in improving the knowledge base since the last time I used, which was maybe about a month ago. So Ask AI Albert, right? And here, your website is how can I help you? What would you like to know about mental health? Okay, so that's I will say what services this clinic offers, right? All right. So I added the homepage of Together Mental Health Clinic, and here you go. Here it actually gives you a really good answer with web page references. Okay, so this is really nice. Okay, and do you have more questions? Take me back to menu. Oh yes. How does this work? Look at the knowledge base. This is mental health clinic knowledge base, and all I did is just I added the main page to it. It created 6 vectors, and it works fabulously. Okay, so and your quota is 5,000 vectors, which is about 200 blog articles or 1,000 PDFs. So if you have a really nice website that has a lot of blogs, so this bot could also work for your blogs and basically go through your blogs and provide information to your users, not only just about overall common information about your website, but also could give you kind of like a walk through your blog post, which is really cool. I think it will probably even work for like newsletter type of websites. I think that's really nice. Okay, so what else is really interesting about this flow? It's not only the booking part. This is very essential for pretty much any kind of a booking type of business, like any kind of medical practice probably will like to use this kind of approach. But other than AI assistant for the website, well, what we also have, we have such thing as self-test, okay? So how the self-tests work is you basically say, I would like to have a self-test. And here you select what test you want, like for instance, ADHD test, okay? And again, it comes with information that it's a screening for ADHD symptoms, and by itself, it's not a definitive diagnosis, okay? You need an actual person in order to, like clinical professional, in order to be able to properly decipher the results. You say like, yes, I'm ready. And here you see we have different flows, right? So we could say ADHD is ASR6. This is a standardized test across the United States for mental health clinics when they are testing you for ADHD. This is a short version. There is also a long version for this test. And basically here, as you see, this is the picture. And then every piece of code, every step, we basically using different variable, different type of logic in order to add points to the ASR6 score. Based on the score, we will know whether it's high or low, okay? So basically question 1, question 2, and so on. And we have total of 3 different tests. This is for anxiety, this is for depression. So basically bread and butter of any mental health clinic are these indications. Other mental health clinics, or I would say specialty mental health clinics or therapy offices, will have maybe different diagnoses that are interested in, so you could adjust those. Again, you could also add any kind of knowledge base to answer your questions. And you see, as knowledge-based sources could be not only web pages, but also you could do a web search, text document, tables. So we could actually even create tables in here, which is great. And documents, okay, like PDF or whatnot. So we have 3 different pathways. You could also change them, and based on the outcome of each pathway, it will do 2 things, right? It'll go this route, high or low. And they basically, the way they exit it is here, okay? So these are our pathways. Exit, high, low score, and then basically high score, low score pathway. And they basically will go to booking, and this is going to be a part of the information they'll be passed to make, okay? So this is pretty much the whole thing. And we have a third one where we just provide, so you can see, let's go. So we tried make appointment, we just tried self-test and AI Albert. This is basically when you have some sort of promotion or some sort of point of interest. Here you could create basically that kind of like a landing page for that, okay? So something that you're promoting, working really hard, or trying to make it at the main point of your website, you basically add this kind of like a fourth point where it is a card that presents some sort of offer or interesting landing page. All right, so in order for this to work, again, you will need a Google API, okay, Google Calendar API. You will need Make account, and that's it. There is nothing else, because everything else is driven by Botpress AI capabilities. Thank you so much. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out on in Discord or in Botpress Discord, or send an email to model@aisim.com. I hope you're going to enjoy this and make this template work for you. All right.